everyone, it's Erin here from Erin Elizabeth Designs, back with another floss tube. If this is your first time stopping in, thank you for coming by and having a peek. This is just where I sit down and talk to my community about all things Erin Elizabeth Designs, new charts that are coming out for cross stitch, ones that have been released for a little while, anything and everything. I get to show off the models a little bit more in personal with you guys, so you can see the details of different stitches and stuff a little bit better. And then I also like to share anything crafty that I get my hands on. Cross stitch does take up most of my time, but I try to do projects that relate to it in there, and then anything as well that might have the time to, you know, sneak some other crafting and hobbies in. So I love to do everything from painting, drawing, design, obviously, stitching, sewing, you name it. If it's anything to do with the arts, I'm there for it. So for all those that are returning, thank you for being here and choosing to be part of my community. It is growing faster than I could even have thought it would. So I appreciate every single one of you that has chosen to either spend time with me, comment, like, share, support me in this endeavor, this business. I really, truly appreciate it. So thank you to everybody who is here with me, and I hope there's something here for every single one of you. I have quite a bit today, so lots of catch up. Some releases that have been out for a little while, some projects I've been working on. I have a little bit of sewing. Let's get started. So first things first, let's get started with the bee farm. This is a sal that's going to be hosted with Helen D. So it's a stitch along that starts on April 23rd. I've talked lots about it. Helen, myself, and Carla from Cobweb Corner did a live on Instagram as well. And it's a stitch along that Helen is hosting, and Cobweb Corner is the one that is providing the charts and your threads if you need it. You can head on over there to get all that stuff. But this is Bee Farm, and it is going to be starting April 23rd. So I just wanted to touch quick on it for anybody who hasn't seen, or if you have, just another recap if you've forgotten about it. Carla did in the very beginning, she did like a little fill out a form if you wanted to join, so she could get an idea of how many print charts to have on hand for shipping, how much floss to order, all those things, so she could be supplied, stocked, and ready to go. It was not her taking like an order to invoice you at a later date. If you filled out that form and you want to participate, then please head on over to Cobweb Corner, and you can now get your charts and supplies there. So sales have opened up for this, and the stitch along starts on the 23rd of April. That being said, you can feel free to join whenever works for you. I've already seen a couple people who couldn't wait and started early, and I'm sure there'll be a few people who can't start on that date but are still going to join in when it's convenient and works for them. So Carla at Cobweb Corner, I will link everything in the description box, is where you can get the chart. It is either available in print or in PDF format. The backer board here is from Paisleys and Polka Dots. It comes unfinished, and you paint it and glue it together. I have a tutorial up now on my channel on how I painted my board. Paisleys and Polka Dots does send a very informative sheet in the package that shows exactly how to and tells you the supplies you need, all that as well. I have a supply list on my Instagram and in the community tab. Plus, it's also all laid out on the description of the tutorial video for this. So lots of information already out there on this, I just wanted to do a quick touch base for you guys. If you were wanting to join, just to wrap up all the information, you still have time. It is not too late. You can jump in and do this stitch along. So it's Bee Farm Local Honey. It's so, I love how this came out. That bee is just so big and beautiful, and that was my goal here. This is, a lot of people have made that connection. It is kind of connected, became a series, I should say. The bees, the flowers, the lavender, it's all kind of spread into a whole collection here of my stuff. You'll see some more coming up. But this, I just felt like within that, I didn't have that like big bee. So I wanted a big, beautiful bee, and I am extremely happy with how this came together. Kudos to my model stitcher, Kimberly. She stitched this one up for me, and as always, beautiful stitching, and she said she had so much fun doing it, so I was so excited to get it back in the mail. But yes, beautiful, beautiful. This is stitched on 28 count light taupe Lugana, one of my favorites, because I feel like I haven't come across a color that I have ever had an issue with on this fabric. So it's a really good go-to fabric for me. But yes, I love that. You could do it on a smaller count if you wanted as well, and then you would just see more of this backer board, which would be really fun too. So, and that's with the crackle paint I did on that one. So like I said, lots of videos out there on my channel in the community tab, more information about this backer, the stitch along, all that. But I will link everything again for you guys in the description box on this video if that was something that interests you. Okay, so, next up, I have released my Lavender Honey collection, and this again is on a board from Paisleys and Polka Dots. Julie there at Paisleys and Polka Dots does the most amazing work. So she came to me with this idea of this board and said, hey, this is something I've been wanting to do. Does it interest you? Do you think you could think of something to put on it? And I said, yes, absolutely. Because as soon as she told me the idea, I could see it myself playing out. And this is just the start of the collections that I'm going to be doing for this. So this will be a series. Anything like this where you guys are the boards and stuff, I like to do different stitches, like with the oval and the round and stuff like that. I like to do different stitches seasonally, and just any different kind of an option you can put on it. So if you do invest in the board, you can have the flexibility to put in, switch out the designs on it. So if you want to switch this up, you know, like we'll look at different things coming down the pipe for like, I want to do, there's so many things I want to do, but let's just say I don't want to get into too much of that, but there'll be all sorts of different things. So this board can take you right from spring into summer, into fall, into winter, and so on and so on. I will come up with lots of different things that we can put onto it, and you can pick your favorites when you want to change it out. You might decide that this is the one for you and you want it up all the time, but even then, that being said, like maybe come Christmas, you want to put something else on it. So this is Lavender Honey. I had a lot of fun designing this. As soon as she showed me this board, I was like, okay, I want to do something with the like little jar of honey, something that you would get like at a farmer's market, right? So Lavender Honey, absolutely love how that came together with the little wrap on the top of the jar and the lavender and the bees buzzing around. This, even though this has like a shaping to the backer board, you could absolutely just put this in a frame or make a pillow out of it or whatever suited you for a finish. So if this board wasn't something you wanted but you love this design, there's so many other possibilities for finishing it. It doesn't have a definitive line that it has to be finished like that. This board does come with the 2 backers. So again, it comes with, this is a wood backer here, and it comes with the wood backer. Okay, I'm not gonna, when I was trying to find the perfect fabric to go on this wood backer, you guys, I had a bit of a hard time. So I tried everything. I tried wood, I tried fabric on the backer, I tried paper, I tried a couple different painting options. This was what I ended up going with, just painting the wood backer. So I've said it before, with these being wood backers, you can have that flexibility to paint or do the do like a paper, like a scrapbook paper on top. So I chose to paint that. I did do the crackling effect on the back there as well. And then this one, the front wood one, I just did a layer of batting and then put the stitch on, and I stitched it on so that I could pull it nice and tight around this shaping. So it was really easy to do. Again, magnets, and so that I can switch that piece in and out. And I did the crackle on this one. Underneath the crackle, I did kind of a dark charcoal gray. I took my black paint and I mixed some white in it to kind of tone it down so it wasn't be as harsh. But I felt like it still came out a little too dark underneath the crackle. Like, it's a cool effect, but on the bee house, the bee hut, I did a brown underneath, and that kind of just gives it like a softer feel in the, kind of gives it more of like a wood like, I don't know if you guys can really tell the difference. But I do like the brown. I think it just gives it more that soft kind of look, and it gives a bit more of that, it looks like wood underneath. This was my very first crackle piece that I did. So that's the back. I went a little thicker and heavier with the crackling effect. The Hive Hut video tutorial is up if you're looking for how to do the paint with the crackle medium. And Paisleys and Polka Dots, go over to their YouTube channel. They also have a video for paint crackling. It's super easy to do. It is one extra step in your painting process, so it does add a little extra time, but in my opinion, it's worth it. This effect is just like, if you love that worn rustic look, you're gonna love this. This has the easel back. I just think it's great. It stores flat, but you know, you can put it up anywhere you want. So super easy to assemble all these. Amazing instructions come with them, so I've never had a problem with how to put them together. But the extra detailing that's in here, like even that this has got an extra riser on it to give it more dimension, the letters, it's absolutely perfect. I love this. So I'm so excited to do more pieces on this. I wanted to show you guys, I did paint a second one here in just a black, because to me, I also finished it with like a matte Mod Podge on top. I would recommend in Julie's instructions, she provides like a clear top coat that she recommends. I would suggest using a spray one. I had the matte Mod Podge on hand, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to use that to seal it. It's a lot more finicky, right? Especially with all these letters and stuff. And then it does have, see that in my light is picking it up. So when it's sitting there in my house, I don't notice any of that at all, but because I'm filming, it's on camera, it's picking up like all the little imperfections, or brush strokes I should say, too, in that Mod Podge top coat. But I painted one black because I thought this would be a really fun take on like a market board or a cafe board that is like chalkboard with the white lettering on it. So I wanted to have a couple different options just to see what it would look like. That is a black, and then again I just sanded down the edges on that to kind of bring out that detailing. So I love the black as well. It gives you a totally different like look and feel. So that is the Lavender Honey on a black. You can paint any color you want. So pick your favorite color, paint it, whatever goes with your decor. That's what I love about these finishing boards, is you can make it your own. But that is the Market Fresh board from Paisleys and Polka Dots with the Lavender Honey. So I can't wait to continue with that series and see what else we come up with. So that was also, okay, so that one was released with the lavender as well. So this is the lavender pattern. And this is the planter box. So again, it's got that scrolling detail. This is from Paisleys and Polka Dots. The way she pieces everything together is just, it amazes me. It's absolutely perfect. So lavender, again, my model stitcher Kimberly did this one. Beautiful. And you can put whatever you want in here. So again, this will continue as a series as well, to kind of, the two of them are going to play together. So whatever I do for that, we'll have a companion piece that goes on here. And then we also have the plant stick, the planter stick. Look at that, detailing my things on there a little. I have everything magneted on so that for the collections and stuff, we can switch it in and out. So there's the plant stick, and then there is the little plant sprayer mister. Isn't that cute? Look at, again, with the detailing, the dimensional aspects to it. Okay, and with these ones, all of these last three that I showed you, again, the little rounds are wood, and then this is two different wood backers as well. So one for our stitch to go on, and one to either cover in fabric, paint, or put some scrapbooking paper over. So again, that one I chose to paint. I painted all of the backers in this one. So I went with black on here. I've kind of tried a lot of different things, to be completely honest. But I really love the black backer, like the paint on it. It just adds to the design for what I was kind of going for, the look I was going for. So with every design, we'll get the new backer pieces and change it up. Some will probably have fabric, some will probably continue to be painted. Now these ones with the lavender come together in one chart. So you get all three of those little charts with the lavender banner. So, and again, if you didn't want to finish it in that, you could choose to finish it however else. It would make a cute sign on its own. But yeah, okay. So you guys have really been loving this, the bees and the florals collection there with the lavender and honey and the bee theme. I'm so happy to hear that, because I have one more that's coming that's going to fit in with this whole series spread. And I'll just say the finishing piece is going to be, it's on its way to me, and I cannot wait to get it put together and see if the full vision of everything is exactly, I'm really excited. That's, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It will also continue as a series as well. Yes, and that will be coming out closer to the end of this month. But I got a little sneak peek for you guys, because in preparing that other one, I also fell down the, I want to do a biscornu. So I decided to try making one for the very first time, and this is what I came up with. And you guys, I would love to hear what you think of it. So please don't be shy. Comment in the description or comment below on the video. Let me know what you think. I'm really happy with how it came together. And you know, I have never made one of these. And I also like, I kind of just went for it. And it turned out it was a lot easier than I thought. And it came together. It took time to stitch it all together, but it came together better than I could have hoped. So this is my take on a biscornu. What do you guys think? So again, it plays off of that, the bees and the flowers. Let me get in a little closer. So we've got the big beautiful daisies on the top, and then we've got this beautiful detailing along the bottom. So I've got like a little vine along the very bottom here. And then this is kind of, you know, like to mimic a honeycomb. I know it's, yeah. And then the florals, so we've got some flowers, and I wanted this stitch line here to kind of, when we seam it together, I wanted it to be nice and green and have like the little like leaves coming off of it, so it looked more like vine-like, and then some floral blossoms along there. And then we've got the big beautiful daisies on the top and a couple bumblebees swirling out of it. So it's kind of, it's not, it goes like in a swirl, the top design. So it kind of like swirls into that motion of the top. And then I had these buttons already on hand. They're from just another button company. But what do you guys think? I was really happy with how it came together. And first time doing it, I've never made a pin cushion of any kind, but this is the start of something. I am falling down the hole of like, I want to collect all the pin cushions. I've said that for a while, but now I'm really going to make all the pin cushions. So be prepared for that. I did film this while I was putting it together, so I will edit that into a video when I release this. I'm just trying to, now I've got to go and figure out how I'm going to include the instructions in the pattern. So what do you guys think? I had a hard time picking my center button because this top is really busy. But I'm really happy I went with that because I feel like it kind of like plays off the little hive here. In the center of the daisies. And by putting this in here, it made me want to like do like a floral biscornu. Oh, I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I love it. I love it. This is on a 14 count khaki Aida. So I'm glad I went with the Aida for the first one. It just made it a little easier, I think, to like mold and hold. But that being said, the next one I do, I'm gonna do it on linen so that I can kind of see the difference. I feel like the linen might be a little easier in some ways because it still has that structural grit to it, but it's a little bit more flexible. I think the hardest part for me, and it wasn't hard, but time consuming, was just looping the needle through each little back stitch that goes around the edge here. So there is our biscornu. What do you guys think? Let me know. Should I keep going down this rabbit hole? What do you think? So I just look how cute. we can like display them all together. Yes, I'm really excited. So again, please, I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm pretty proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. So I just have to say that I am so grateful and lucky. Like, I don't take it for granted ever that I get to do this for a career. I never really, I wondered for so many years if I would ever find my place in, you know, for a career. I always felt like I was like a career jumper, kind of like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And when I was younger, I never could really pinpoint what I wanted to do. I would always say I want to be an artist, but I would never really find my which direction I wanted to go. I think a lot too, like growing up and saying like, oh, I want to be an artist. A lot of people said, you know, like I heard it all the time. There's no money in art. Art's not like a great career to get into. You want to be a starving artist, like all those kind of comments and stuff. So that kind of probably, you know, pushes you and deters you from like actually thinking you could do something that is in the arts field. I don't think a lot of people back then, also back then is a different story than today, but really knew, or the people that were saying this, at least to me, I shouldn't generalize, but the people that were saying this to me didn't really see all the careers that were available that are connected to art and that are for the world of artists. So I always felt scattered, like I didn't know where I wanted to go or what was right for me. I wanted to do it all. I wanted to go into fashion design. I wanted to, you know, like I wanted to be a big painter or like go down that path of, you know, doing the markets and artistry, this, that, the next. You name it, I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a hairdresser. I did that for many years. Yeah, clothing and fashion, interior design. It all was always like I dabbled in doing like furniture makeovers and building things. Like I kind of feel like you name it, I've tried it. So to find a career that is, I know this is it for me. This is where I belong. I get to do everything. I've said it. I was talking to my husband the other day about this, how I get to do everything that I've always wanted to do all in one. Like I wanted to be an interior designer, and when I'm piecing things together to take the photos of my products, that is essentially, you know, like I'm decorating, I'm putting things together, I'm finding decor that works, I'm painting these pieces. So I am still doing that, like it's kind of like a furniture makeover, right? I get to choose the colors and paint and put things together. I'm sewing, I'm crafting, like I get to use all my skills that I've always like wanted to, and I'm not bored of any of it because I'm designing, I'm sewing, I'm seeing the whole thing come together. I'm doing photography. Photography was another thing I always wanted to do. So there's all these components that are like, they all come together in this area for me. I am the person that's designing. I'm the person not always stitching anymore, but I was the person that was always stitching, but now I have a wonderful model stitcher that helps me out. I get to put the full display together. I'm doing the covers, you know, like it's everything and it's wonderful. I get to be around people, like meet different types of people, which was always something I love to do too, is meet different people and hear about people's stories and that kind of thing. So I really do get to do everything. I always said like I was the Jill of all trades. I wanted to do it all, and this is This is wonderful for me. Like I have found my place in the career world of things, and it is amazing. It's amazing. So I thank everybody who is here and joining me on this adventure, but also helping support me through this career. And it is truly wonderful. So I'm very, very lucky that this is work for me. So, anyways, let's see what else I have been working on. So excited to do more Biscore news. Okay. I had my very first newsletter go out. So if you have not seen or heard that I have a newsletter, it's just a new project I'm starting. Just another place to keep you guys all informed, to share freebies. Like every once in a while there might be a promotional coupon, but more or less it's going to be the place where I tell you what's newly, like who I'm collaborating with, if I have any like trunk shows coming up, or different designs that are being released, when they're released, stitch alongs, like any of that, kind of like just a rundown of what's going on in the business, what you can expect to see in the next month or time coming, kind of thing. So it's another form where I can communicate with you guys, and you can see it all without, like, it's hard to keep up with everything. There's so many different platforms. Like, it's hard for me to keep up with it all. There's Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you're not on it all the time, like I have to be going through it and keeping up with it as best I can. But, a day or two goes, and if I miss something, it's hard to go back and catch up. And that's just keeping up on my own stuff. But to keep up on everything else that's going on in the community, with other people that I'm interested in following along on their journeys and stuff, it's a lot to keep up on. So I just feel like the newsletter is going to be a really good place. You can get the information dump in your email, and it's there for when you have time, or to kind of compile everything in one nice, neat place for you. So with my first newsletter, I did release a freebie chart for everyone. So if it's something that you want to sign up for, you can head on over to my website. I will link it in the description box below, and you can sign up for the newsletters there. I will be releasing this freebie on my, I'll put it on the website or share it in my Facebook group as well, for those that missed out on the first newsletter. But it's just a place, if you want to go join, and the freebies, like I say, I will open them up to everybody eventually, but it's a nice place to get like the PDF delivered. You just click the link and save. So it's easy and simple in there, and you don't have to go on the hunt for it. But this was the very first one I did. So my lighting gonna be kind of goofy. One sec. So it was just a nice, cute little welcome freebie. There, that's a bit better. Now I'm trying to think, this is the stone gray, I believe. So this is a 20 count Ada stone gray that I stitched mine on. And this would be a really easy one to change up colors. Very simple color palette, but you can definitely change it to whatever you want. So I thought this would be a cute little welcome to the newsletter. I'm gonna put this into a pillow finish and have it in adobe at the front of my, the entrance of my house. So it will just be a nice little welcome for everybody who comes into my house. But my husband said that this kind of looks like clouds in the sky that say welcome, with the little house there. So it's kind of like welcome home, welcome to our house kind of thing. Welcome. And then I've got a couple little love hearts in here. And yeah, just some vine work and a little flower or two, but just a simple, cute little stitch. I love it. I can't wait to get that one finished, but I thought I would share it here with you guys first. My lighting's a little off, but I'm in my basement, right? So it's I can't wait till the day I get proper lights installed. Yeah. Okay. So if you didn't get that, I will be putting the link up and out for you guys in the coming days. But be sure to head over to my website to sign up for future newsletters. All right, other stitching that I have been on the go with is my Strength and Dignity. Last time I saw you guys, I showed you this chart. It had just come in the mail. So this was an April 1st start for Stephanie, the New England Stitcher's birthday, which was April 1st. It was also my Grandma June's birthday. She turned 96 years old this year, and she loves pink. So I thought this would be fun to stitch for both the occasions. And this is Strength and Dignity by the Proper Stitcher, Annie. So that came, and I chose to start it on a 20 count. I ended up going with beige. I think I had originally picked the light mocha, and then I last second switched to beige, but I feel like I kind of wish I would have just stuck with my, went with something a little darker. Well, I do love it. I did change my floss, so I'll show you guys those in a bit, but this is the progress I made. I was just too excited to start it, and I had so much fun stitching it. I had to just keep going. So that is, so all I have left, did I get Dignity in there? I did. Okay. Yes, so I only have down here to finish, and I do have a loose thread back there that you guys are seeing, so ignore that if you can see that loose thread. I just have the words down here, which it says, she can laugh at the days to come. So what do I have in there? I said, she can, and I started days. So I just have a few words left, and then otherwise it is done. I'm so excited. So originally I love the way that Annie finished hers here, oops, in a pillow, and I just think it's wonderful. But then Chris, the camping stitcher, finished hers already, of course, because she's a little whiz with the needle there. She stitches so fast. She finished it in a frame, and I don't always go towards a frame. But for this one, I'm thinking I might. So I've got a frame that I've kind of have in mind that I've been thinking of, but I might also go out and like see if I can find something else too. But I think it would be really beautiful in a frame, just like Chris did, because I love it. So that's really fun. There's a group of us that are doing that for Stephanie's birthday, and it is so nice to be able to join in on a stitch. So I think now that I'm trying to get more of my stuff model stitched, I still do a bunch myself, but I think I'm gonna try from here on out to always have a smaller attainable project on the go that is someone else's that I want to stitch, because it was just too much fun to have something, especially with a group of people, that I can join in and stitch along. We stitched on Zoom with this, and like I just love having memories tied to special stitching. So I want to do more stitching that isn't all mine. So that is going to be my goal going forward. Okay, and then the other thing that I've been working on, which I've pulled this out a few times, and I actually, oh, this is, one sec, back up. This is, I didn't go over the thread changes I made on this. These are kind of like what I'm, no, that's not what I'm thinking. You guys, what it's like to be me and work in, yeah. Anyways, this is the real Erin here. Okay, this is what I'm thinking for finishing fabrics to do in a little pillow. So I've picked those two kinds of things. Not exactly sure if I'm just gonna do, I'm thinking of doing some fabric along the bottom here with like maybe a little detail. We'll see. And then maybe put a couple little pins or a decorative something button up here. I'm not sure, but I want it long and skinny still with this, like a long skinny pillow, but I think I might do a little fabric or something so that it can, you know, like when you have other stuff in the bowl, you can still see the stitch nice. Okay, so there's that for that one. That's, I wanted to share my fabric with you. Now back to Strength and Dignity. It's like my first floss tube. I go away for a little extra time and I forget all the things. Okay, so I pulled the colors for Strength and Dignity, and she has it charted for DMC and is it, I'm not gonna say, and I'm just gonna look. Weeks Dye Works. And I don't have Weeks. I have DMC, so I went and pulled all my DMC for it. And I love the color palette, but as I was looking at the color palette, I kind of went, you know what? A lot of these colors are very similar to colors I used for with Dinky Dyes. I had some Dinky Dye silks left over from my market projects, and I kind of thought, this is the DMC color palette here. So I pulled all those. And then I thought, you know, I think I probably have some silks that might work. So I just pulled this out of my bag. So it's all, don't mind the, so I went and pulled my Dinky Dye silks. So these are the colors I ended up going with for, it's, as you can see, it's quite similar, but I just thought with this being a bit of more of a special piece, and I just really wanted to use the silks. So that is stitched on 20 count, and it's one thread over one, because it's Aida, 20 count Aida. So that's the Dinky Dye silks. And like I say, it's came out pretty, it's a pretty similar color palette. Slightly different. Yeah. Okay. Super happy with that. Having a lot of fun. I think that's, I don't have a lot left to finish, but I think a lot of that is, I don't, you know, I get that whole, like, when you have a special stitch, like the finishing of it, then you're kind of left like, well, now what? Rest assured, like, don't worry, Erin, you have a whole group of friends who are stitch along aholics, I guess. They're going to be starting something new, I'm sure. They're all going to, a lot of them are going to the Library Stitchers Retreat, which, if you're going, I hope everybody has a fabulous time. And for all my friends that are hosting it, I wish you the best of luck. You guys are going to do great. So excited for you guys, and also very, very jealous. But I'm sure they're all going to come back and fill us in on how it was, with a whole list of like new things to start. So I will be ready. Maybe I'll get that done in time, because I know that's coming. Okay, next up, I have been seeing Pam from Just Keep Stitching is been working away on her Praiseworthy's Simple Gifts Courage Sal. So she started this last year in celebration for her 30-year cancer-free anniversary. So it's beautiful courage. This is a really cool chart. It comes with the list of all the different colors for, depending on what color of what depending on what cancer you have, in the ribbon colors that correspond with that cancer. So I am doing this one in honor of my dad who passed away from cancer. This November will be 10-year anniversary of his passing. So I was really hoping, when I started this, I was really hoping I would get it done for like a 10-year celebration. And it's been kind of, you know, like I pick it up and do little bits here and there, but I clearly haven't been picking it up enough. So since I shared it with you guys last time, these are the colors I'm using. Weathered Barn and Khaki Mocha, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Art. Okay. Very pretty colors. So this is, and it's stitched on 36, is it 36? No, 32. 32 count chocolate milk by Fabrics by Stephanie linen. I love this fabric. It is so nice to work on. This is what I have done. So it is coming along. Look at that. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm really proud with that progress. That variegation in that thread is beautiful. The richness on this fabric. This was one I just called Keepsakes and said, hey, I see Pam's doing this Courage Sal and I want to take part. Can you please grab me a chart? And these are the colors of threads that correspond. They picked the thread colors and the fabric. They asked what I wanted and I said a 32 count linen, and feel free to pick what you, because they're the experts, you know, like this is what they do. So they put it all together and sent me the parcel to Canada, and I'm so grateful. So it was super easy to just call and ask for that. And yeah, so I'm loving how it's coming together. I have a lot more to go, a lot. And after watching Pam and her, this is going to be where I end probably, you guys, because I'm right up here. I have this side done into here. So in the way I'm working, I'm going to continue here, and then I'll go back up and do down in here. Maybe I'll pop over here before I go up and finish, because she's finishing in this bottom corner, and she said this was a monster to tackle. So I'm not really looking forward to that portion, just because of it being a monster, but I gotta get a proper design board here. Anyways, this is what I've done. So I think last time, like I showed you guys this, it's been a while. It's just because I haven't been making much progress on it, so I didn't share. And then all of a sudden I've been trying to focus on it. So I got a lot more done. This whole from here down is like really recent. So my dad's name was Larry, so the L I did in white. That's the only change I've made. And I'm just so happy. And the best part about this is too, I folded out a few times when my mom's over hanging out and we're watching a movie or something, and she's enjoying it too. She just thinks it's so special, and I think it's really cool to have that. We're both going to cherish this piece when it's done. So I'm hoping, my goal is to get it done for November. I would love to get it done and framed. So it doesn't, like when I look at the fabric, I'm like, oh yeah, there's not a ton more to go. Like there is, but I feel like I've made pretty good progress. But then I look at the pages I've actually completed, and then how many more pages of the pattern I still have to go. So that part's a little daunting, but I've just got to make more time for it, and I will. So it's important to me, then I need to make the time for it. So, okay. Now, what else do I have? Okay, I was telling you guys before that back when I took my first quilting class, I came home like wanting to sew more and more. So I made project bags, and I wanted to do like a project keeper kind of style, because this is where I went from. I love a good project bag. I get a lot of my project bags. Let's talk project bags. I have bought a bunch from Como Stitches, Jess at Como Stitches. So I've bought a bunch from her, and these are ongoing things in here. So a lot from her, and I get the coordinating thread beds. That's what I'm trying to say. And then when I would go to work on projects, I found at some points I was putting everything in my thread bed, my floss, you know, like sandwich my floss in the thread bed, and sometimes even like the linen in there, or the Ada, whatever, linen or Ada, my fabric in there, so it'd end up being like this in my thread bed. But when I sit down to work, I have my tablet, I have like a little, one of those laptop lap things where it's like the pillow on the bottom and then a flat surface, and it's got the indent ledge for your phone or tablet. So I put my tablet in there, I put my thread bed on the surface, my threads, scissors, a needle minder on the thread bed to throw my needle on, and I kind of like work off of that. And that was kind of like everything I started doing. All my stitching is on my laptop, or not laptop, my iPad. And to the point where now, when I pulled this stitch out a couple weeks ago to do on a Zoom call with the girls, I was like, looking at the chart on my stand, going like this, like trying to like zoom in on it. I wish I acknowledged it and like just it happened once, but that's not the case. Like it literally happens like all the time. So I had to put the chart into my iPad so that I could, because I'm just so used to like zooming in on a section and working on that, then moving on to the next kind of thing. So I cannot work from a paper pattern anymore. I've learned now. Like I tried again the other day and it was no go. So I just use my iPad, and then I like to have the open on the surface to do all the things. So I love my project bags, but I was really loving, here's one that I made. See, I did make one. So that was one that I made when I came home from sewing class one day. What's the projects in there? Oh yeah. So, anyways, I was loving having like, so those are great for ongoing projects, like I say. But for like my day-to-day work stitching, I really wanted like a folder, like a larger thread bed essentially. I should have brought hers to show you guys, but anyways, it's just one that snaps closed and opens up. And I thought, okay, I love this. I need something that's like that, but bigger. So I came home and I've seen people with their portfolios and stuff. So I thought, oh, I'm going to make one. This is my very first take on, with no pattern or anything, just kind of like make my own. So I essentially made a project bag here. And then I wanted this as like my working, so I could fold it like this and kind of have that as my working. So this would be for threads, and then scissors, and this is for my needles and stuff. But in this design, I never put any kind of like thread bed thing, because I think I was thinking I would just throw the thread bed on top and work from this. This was a wonderful first prototype. I'm laughing at my binding now because in the short time my binding has gotten better, but this worked great. I loved it, but as I was using it, I was like, okay, a few things. It needs to be sturdier. I didn't have any proper like snaps or Velcro. Well, I had Velcro. I didn't even think to use Velcro, but no, I did think to use Velcro. I just didn't want to because, yeah, anyway. I wanted to do a snap or something on here. I didn't have a snap, so I did like a magnet. I put a metal disc in there and then did a magnet closure, but which works, but it doesn't really like keep it that secure really. Like, the reason I wanted something like this is I found with stitching with the kids around in pockets of time, it's easy to just like pop it open, work, and then close it. And like, I don't have to clean up as much. I can leave my working threads in the process, everything just right here. And this was good for like a hoop and stuff. I was using a hoop now. I'm doing in hand stitching. So I just have the fabric. And this was a little too big for like my tabletop surface. So I thought, okay, I want to take this and shrink it down. So I finally got around to, I had the supplies for a while. I finally got around to like making my first little prototype of what exactly I wanted for like my working daily. I just realized like ongoing projects that I have, things that I'm doing for my business. So this was what I ended up coming up with for size and everything. So look at the chickens. I love this fabric. And then I got polka dots because I'm like a big polka dot stripe. So it's got the elastic over the ends here. And then I wanted something that my tablet would slip into here so that I can quickly put that away so the kids aren't getting a hold of it. I did some more polka dots. I got a pocket here. So this one has actually been hosting my stitch along. So my stitch along has been in this one. So it goes in this, I can put the pattern in there. I've got a magnet on here. This isn't like attached or anything. It's just two magnets I just sandwiched on there so that I can I have a place where my needle, I can always throw my needle down, and then my little thread bed. And then I did a zipper pouch here. I left this top part a little bit bigger because I wanted to get the chickens in there. And look at this fabric. It's chicken feet. And then this fun zipper, which is stripes. And then I put a black pull on it. So I was super excited about that. But this is where my scissors live. See, doing it like backwards. But so a nice little pocket for my scissors. I can always put anything else I might need in there, little notions wise, or extra skein of thread or something too, but that goes there. And then I have on this side a zipper with the polka dot fabric in there. And I did some fun floral stitching on my sewing machine. So I thought it was kind of fun. I did that on the front as well, like for the quilting aspect of things. But I made it a little bit more sturdy and a little bit more like desktop size. So it's nice and compact and travelable. So I was really proud I finally got that done. But now I can, like when I'm working, I can have my threads there. I have a thread bed, my scissors, easy access. Because when I'm stitching and the kids are around, I worry about the needle and the scissors. My youngest is now 2.5, and he's really good. Like they're used to seeing this around and stuff. So it's a no, like I could leave it, and I trust that they're not going to, I mean, kids will be kids always, but they're pretty good. He understands like that it's mommy's and we don't touch that. So I'm lucky in that sense, but I still worry about the scissors and the needle when I'm stitching in front of them. So now I always have, you know, like this stays open. I tuck my scissors in there when they're not in use. And then if the needle, I'm done with it, it goes up here. And then when I need to walk away, then I can just quickly go like this, and then it goes up high, just in case, you know, like I trust them, but I don't want to be proven wrong. So this is just the perfect working size little project keeper. And I can put a couple different projects in here. Like I said, I got my chart in here for this stitch along, and then I tuck this in here as well with the thread. And then I have another project that I tuck in there as well too, like in the back side I can tuck more in. So I can actually put my pattern, because I don't like to put the paper patterns in with the fabric. So if I tuck this in here and then threads, so I've got my fabric and my threads, because I got to finish that up. And then my other project that I have on the go, which is a surprise. That gets tucked in here in the zipper. And then the threads either can go in there. And a lot of the times, honestly, I just do this with the threads and just sandwich it in there. So that's my little project keeper that I made. So that's great for travel. If I need to, like, this is essentially what I wanted, is like a case for my tablet that I can grab, put in my purse, bag, go real quick with, and something that works around the house for when I'm stitching in different areas. So I can like quickly throw it together. I always have a project if I've got, you know, like if I'm spending time with the kids and then they're busy off playing or something, I can quickly pull it out, get some stitches in. But then when they come back and they need me or want to do something, I can put it away real quick. So a lot of the time now, yeah, this is just the one go-to. So, and then for other things that I have on the go, like this has its special project bag and all the other projects that they're all in their stitchy bags. So if I was gonna, like, say go on vacation or something and I was gonna bring a stitch like this, I would transfer it to this. Yeah, but that, I'm really happy with how that came together. Originally, yeah, so yeah, that's all I gotta say, I guess, on that. I had a lot of fun sewing that. I wish I had more time for sewing. I'm gonna try and do some quilt stuff, but I gotta rework the office space a little bit too. So there's always something else that's pulling me away from the other things. Okay, last up, I guess, I don't really have a lot of haul this time. I have one of these little boxes. I've had this one for a little bit, but I finally decided I want to make something with this. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I'm going to do. But I've pulled some of these like little wood hexies that I had around in my craft stuff, because I think they might work with this project. I have this cute little measuring tape that I got. So you can kind of maybe get an idea of what I might use this little box for. And I have a pin that I got as well. So I thought that kind of goes with that. It's a little pin, so we're going to make that into something. But yeah, this will be a project that I'm going to work on, transforming this box into a little stitchy something or other. And then I have these little trays, which are just from the dollar store, the unfinished wood. I thought, how cute would these be to maybe display like the little biscornus on. So I might do a little project with that. I'm gonna try and make a few more of these. I used the lizard, I always want to say lizard liver. It's lizard litter. It just comes off the tongue wrong. Lizard litter for the first time. So the crushed walnut shells, that's what I used in this. And I love it. I see why people love them so much, because the feeling it gives, the sturdiness to it and the firmness, love it. So I ordered the lizard litter. I ordered it for delivery from the pet shop, and they were on sale, the bags. I had no idea the size of the bag, really. I didn't, like online shopping, and it was the only lizard litter I could find from all the online, like in-town pet store. There's the only one, and there was only one size, and it was on sale for like $17. So the little bag of like crushed walnut shells that come from the quilt shop are like $15 for like a tiny little bag. And I was like $17, and I was like, oh, that's such a good price. I can see that it's a big bag. Good, like, okay. Everybody loves them, recommends them. I want to do some drum finishes, pin cushions. Like, I know that I want to go down that route of doing more of those. Plus I want to try it in the pillows, and I love doing pillow finishes. So I thought, well, they also had like a save so much, spend so much, save so much. So I was like, well, it's on sale for $17, and if I get 3 bags, then I'm saving the extra, so I might as well. And so I got 3 bags. Yeah. I got 3 bags. And after I put the order in, I said to my husband, I said, I think they might come. When they come, I think I might need you to bring them downstairs for me. I'm not sure how big they are, you guys. Yeah. So I have 3 of these. It's a good thing I'm in the cross stitch business, and we'll be making a ton of pillows and drums and all of the things now, so you guys can expect to see more of that. But like I said, I did film a video for that too, so I'll show you guys how I did that. What else do I have? Oh, this was the last little piece here that I found. I saw this and I thought, yes. I actually really like that it's like a see-through box like that, but I am gonna possibly do this for a stitch too. Put a stitch in there and then make this a cute little storage box. So I thought that was a great little find at the dollar store, the little scalloped edge. Yeah, raw wood, and it's because it's got the clear, we can just pop that out and put a stitch in it. So a couple fun things that I plan on transforming. I want to do a lot more. Oh, I almost forget. How could I forget when it's right beside me? I also got this suitcase because is this not the perfect size for project bags? So I thought, how cute would this be? It's a really good condition, little old vintage suitcase, but it's actually in really good condition. I have a like dresser at the front entrance kind of living room that I thought this would fit perfect on, and it would look like a decorative piece, but also serve a purpose of holding my cross stitch projects and supplies. This is the inside. So I'm gonna tear all this out and do some fun fabric and make this personalized. Anyways, all that to be said, I have lots in the works coming up. I want to get more crafting time in, and lately my motto is if I'm doing something, painting or crafting, I'm filming, and whether I get to the films takes to like cut and put them all together and create something for you guys, great. And if I don't, well then that one just won't ever be posted. But I'm trying to just like anything I'm doing, I'm filming. So like I say, I have a video where I filmed for this. I have videos where I filmed putting these together, the making of these items. So you guys can see that. And when I go to do this project and the suitcase and anything else that comes up in the meantime, I will film and hopefully edit and put them up. I just switched my editing film like software, and it is, while it is better, it is also a lot more techy. So I'm still getting familiar with that, and the more time I put between editing and cutting and all that stuff of a video together for like the tutorials and stuff, a Flosstube video is usually pretty like, yeah, good, post, we just add this at the beginning, this, and any insert things, right? It's a little bit easier, but when I'm doing the tutorial ones, I've said it before, my house is not always quiet. My son is napping right now. My other son is at school. That's why I'm getting this done. I just hear my son woke up now, so that is perfect timing. Yes, reach out if you have any questions. Let me know what you enjoyed. Oh, I will put at the end of this video, I will put the winners from last video. So I will do a scroll, like a flash up screen of who won what. And put the names of the people up there. It's, yes, easier for me to just put the names and say this is what you won. So if you see your name at the end of this video and you won something, please email me. I will have my email in the description box. ErinElizabethDesigns22@gmail.com. So please email me if you won, and I will get your PDF pattern off to you right away. I am going to do some draws today. We are going to do PDF file so that everyone can participate. You don't have to be a certain age, or don't have to ask for your address. If you win, you email me and I will send the PDF to you. So we are going to do one for lavender honey. So if you want lavender honey, this will be number 1. So put a 1 in the comments. And then we will do the lavender, which also comes with the seeds and this cute little round as well. So if you are interested in the lavender, put 2 in your comments. This is watermelon home. So if you're interested in this, a 3. All right, so those will be the giveaways this week. I will pull 2 for each of those. So 2 for lavender, 2 for the lavender honey, and 2 for the watermelon home. So again, lavender honey is number 1. That's this one. Lavender planter box, the banner that says lavender, and these will be number 2. So we'll draw 2 people for that one. And then watermelon home, we will do 2 for this one as well. All right, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're getting lots of stitching in. If you've got retreats coming up, I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, take care and happy stitching. Flosstube videos usually pretty like, yeah, good, post, we just add this at the beginning, this, and any insert things, right? Like work off of that. And that was kind of like everything. I started doing, all my stitching is on my laptop, or not laptop, my iPad. Oh, now I went and, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, you guys. I don't know what I did. I feel very silly. These are supposed to just pop open. Okay. I'm pretty sure it just locked up on me. It did not come with a key. I'm obviously being silly, or it's like extra finicky, but I thought these just like slid one way or another. Oh gosh, you guys. They slide down. Okay. I don't know, when I'm looking at it, wouldn't I see this space and gap, and I think it needs to slide up or like over. Didn't think to slide it down. I've said it before, my house is not always quiet. My son is napping right now. My other son is at school. That's why I'm getting this done. But it's not always quiet. And so there's a lot of times. Case and point. Case in point. Okay. In this chart, put a 3 in the comments. This is watermelon. Oh! All right, so it's time for giveaways. You can find my email address in the description box. Please send me an email if you won something with your name and what you won, and I'll be happy to get those PDFs off to you guys. So we have Spring Collection 1, Spring Collection 2, Spring Collection 3, Quack Quack Honk, and Spring Bunny. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys had a laugh and enjoyed this video. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Erin Elizabeth Designs. And if you did enjoy watching today, please subscribe and hit that like button. You can also turn on the little bell to be notified for my next video.